Hello again. I am ready to read to you about Madeline in London. It is, I think, the fifth or sixth book in the Madeline series that I have read with you. And this one is about separation from friends and how it can make us feel. It's pretty appropriate for right now, isn't it? It is called Madeline in London. And there is a picture that might tell you something about what's going to happen. It starts much the same. In an old house in Paris that was covered with vines lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. They left the house at 9:30. The smallest one was Madeline. In another old house that stood next door lived Pepito, the son of the Spanish ambassador. An ambassador doesn't have to pay rent, but he does have to move to wherever he's sent. He took his family and his hat, and they left for England, all but the cat. All right, so Pepito's father has gotten a new post in England. England is another name for Great Britain, and so you will hear that in the book too. Great Britain, it's the same thing as England. "I'm glad," said the cat. "There goes that bad hat. Let him annoy some other kitten at the embassy in Great Britain." The little girls all cried, "Boo-hoo! We want to go to London too." In London, Pepito just picked at his dinner. Soon he grew thin, and then he grew thinner. And when he began to look like a stick, his mama said, "Oh, my boy looks sick. I think Pepito is lonely for Madeline and the girls next door." So he has not gotten to play with his friends in a long time. His papa called Paris. "Hello, Miss Clavel. My little Pepito is not at all well. He misses you, and he's lonesome for Madeline and the girls next door." So here's the ambassador talking to Miss Clavel. What do you think is going to happen? "May we request the pleasure of your company? There's plenty of room here at our embassy." "Oh, quick, darlings, pack your bags and we'll get out to the airport and catch the next jet." So they're going to the airport to get a jet. In other words, they're going to fly where? To Great Britain. Oh, they're all so excited. They get to take a trip. So Pepito and his mama fill the house with lovely flowers. Fly our flags from all the towers. For Pepito's birthday bake the world's most wonderful birthday cake. So this is a surprise not only for a visit, but for Pepito's birthday. Place 12 little beds in 2 straight lines. The last one here will be Madeline's. They're getting the embassy all ready. All right. "Welcome to London. The weather is fine, and it is exactly 9:30. There the girls all come from the airplane. And here's Pepito running with flowers. How lovely. "Good heavens," said Miss Clavel. "We've brought no toy for His Excellency's little boy." Said Madeline, "Everybody knows, of course, he's always craved a horse." Craved means you want something, doesn't necessarily mean he wants to eat it. All right, so in their little purses and in Miss Clavel's bag, there wasn't enough money to buy the meanest nag. Meanest, actually, in this case means maybe the oldest or cheapest. Cheapest, not necessarily that it was mean as in angry. And a nag, of course, is an old horse. So they couldn't afford a horse, not even an old horse. But in London, they found there's a place to get a retired horse to keep as a pet. And when they went to the place, they found a horse that was gentle and strong and sound. Can you imagine getting a horse for your birthday? Ah! Some poor old Dobbins are made into glue, but not this one. They're talking about the horse. That's what the old Dobbins are. Look, he is as good as new. I love how the girls have just petted him and combed him and washed his hooves, combed his tail. He is going to be lovely. Happy birthday, Pepito. Happy birthday to you. This lovely horse belongs to you. So straight away, Miss Clavel puts Pepito and Madeline up on the horse. What do you think's going to happen? Do you know how to ride a horse? I do, but I'm not very good at it. Just then, da-da-da-da, a trumpet blew suddenly outside, and off he flew over the wall to take his place at the head of the Queen's lifeguards, which he had always led. All right, so now we know that this retired horse used to have a job in the Queen's lifeguard, so he was an army horse. Before the Royal Society for the Protection of Horses had retired him from Her Majesty's forces. So here comes the trumpet player, and over the wall goes the horse with Pepito and Madeline on his back. How exciting! Where do you think they'll go? Oh dear, they've gone. Oh, what a pity. Come, children, we must find them in this city. Oh, there's always so much excitement with Madeline. Careful, girls. Watch your feet. Look right before you cross the street. So here, Ludwig Bemelman has beautiful pictures of London. So I think maybe we should get on a 360 visit to London. That would be fun. Oh, for a cup of tea and crumpets. I like this picture because right now a lot of us are looking into shop windows and wondering, when will we get to go back in there? Maybe you like to go to Dunkin' Donuts or Panera Bread. You haven't gotten to go there in a long time. I'm thinking of myself, of course. Hark, hark, goes the sound of the trumpet. The birds have seen this all before. All right, so they hear the sound of the trumpet, and there's the parade of the Queen's Guards going through the park. And at the front, there's the horse with Madeline and Pepito. But they are glad for an encore. Oh, and look what else is in the parade. That looks like something out of Cinderella, but it's Her Majesty's carriage. How lovely. All with footmen and everything. Oh, and so are the people on the ship and shore happy for this encore. So the parade is being enjoyed by all the people. I love this picture because in the background you can see the Tower Bridge. So this part of the bridge opens up like that so that ships can go through. Very famous bridge in London. And now it's getting really grand. Here comes the mascot and his band. Oh, so now there's a huge band in the parade. Madeline and the girls are looking for Miss Clavel and the girls are looking there at Madeline and Pepito. How are they going to get them out of the parade? The people below are stout and loyal, and those on the balcony mostly royal. So here's a picture of them parading in front of Buckingham Palace. So here's all the people outside the gate. Those are the loyal. And those here on the balcony, those are the royal family. The show is over and it's getting dark. In the city, in the park, and dinner's waiting. We must be on time. Let's find Pepito and Madeline. Well, isn't this lovely? They're standing sentry. So obviously the horse used to have this job and he went right back to it. That's the power and the beauty. In England, everyone does their duty. Visiting is fun and gay. We celebrate the lovely day. So here they're having a delicious meal. And look at this cake. Looks like a wedding cake for Pepito's birthday. Everyone had been well fed and everyone was in his bed. There are the girls and there's Pepito. Only one was forgotten. Who was forgotten? He had been on his feet all day long without anything to eat. So it looks like he's eating some apples. And this looks like he's got roses and other things from the garden in his tummy. Poor guy. They forgot to feed him. Well, in a cottage that was thatched, that means it has like a grass-looking roof. Wearing trousers that were patched, so his jeans have patches on the knees, so he's a working man, right? Lived the gardener who loved flowers, especially in the morning hours, when their faces fresh with dew smile at him. How do you do? So the gardener is going out to check on his garden early in the morning. What do you think he will find? Who do you think has been in the garden? Yeah, a horse. The gardener, who was never late, opened up the garden gate. Then the gardener dropped his garden hose. There wasn't a daisy or a rose. All my work and all my care for naught. Oh, this is hard to bear. Where's my celery, carrots, tomatoes, my beans and peas? And not an apple on my trees. Oh! Everyone is looking in wonder. That is one ugly stick-looking tree. Everybody had to cry. Not a single eye was dry. Oh, they felt so sorry for the gardener. Even the turtle. Even the turtle's crying. I spent all weekend doing gardening in my yard to get it ready. So it is a lot of work. Oh, look who is lying there with his feet up in the air. Uh-oh. Who is it? It's the horse. I feel his breath. He's not dead yet. Quick, Pepito, get the vet. So off goes Pepito on what? Yeah, his bicycle to get the vet. The vet said, "Don't worry, he is only asleep. Help me get him on his feet." As a diet, there's nothing worse than green apples and roses for an old horse. "Dear lady," said Miss Clavel, "we beg your pardon. It seems our horse has eaten up your garden. A little sunshine, a little rain. I hope it will be all well again." Pepito's mother said, quite so. Still, I'm afraid the horse must go." Actually, you don't give somebody a horse without asking them if they are prepared to take care of a horse. Then Madeline cried, "I know what to do. Pepito, let us take care of him for you." What do you think Genevieve would say about a horse coming to stay with them? What do you think Lord Cuckoo Face would say? Oh my goodness. Fasten your seatbelts. In half an hour, we will see the Eiffel Tower. So they're getting back on the airplane. And look who else is getting on the airplane. The horse. So the Eiffel Tower isn't in London. It's in Paris. So they're going home. "At last," sighed Madeline, "we are able to all sit down without being 13 at the table." They brushed his teeth and gave him bread. So they actually are still 13 at the table, aren't they? 12 little girls and now a horse. They're going to put him to bed. They brushed his teeth. That's hilarious. They covered him up and they put him to bed. "Good night, little girls. Thank the Lord you are well. And now go to sleep," said Miss Clavel, and she turned out the light and she closed the door. and there were 12 upstairs, and below, one more. Well, this book didn't have Genevieve or her puppies in it. Very interesting. I wonder how they would all have gotten along. They have to be animal lovers. I'm an animal lover. I bet you are too. And I hope that this story was fun for you. I will see you next time.